United fans. It's just because of Man United YouTube. We're back for the match preview between Man United and Real Sociedad. I think it's going to be good. I saw what we did against Arsenal. A lot of good things came out of that game. Garnacho, Matthias De Ligt, Bruno Fernandes, what a free kick, man. Aiden Evan coming on at halftime for Lenio was also great. I think we did a lot of great things. No, so Mazraoui, Onana was good also. Casemiro was fantastic in the middle of the park. So it just gives me that feeling like it's going to be a great game. But before we get into the preview of this game, please like, share, and subscribe to this channel. It's just because of Man United, everything Manchester United. We talk about previews, we talk about reviews, talk about trending topics within the club. It's a great week for us so far. Started off really well. The plan for the new 100,000-seater stadium was announced. So very soon we get to have a new place to call our fortress, other than Old Trafford, which would be a bit weird not to call Old Trafford home anymore. But Old Trafford is always going to be home, and the new stadium in 2030 or 2031 will also hopefully be great for us. But let's dive right into it. I think this time is going to be really, really breathtaking. Let's not forget that the last time we faced Real Sociedad here in 2022, I think they defeated us 1-0 at Old Trafford, a penalty from Bryce Mendes. We also considered a penalty goal to them last week in the 1-1 draw in the first leg. So definitely we need to be wary about penalties from this side. But I think it's going to be a great game. Like I said, I think I've said that like 4 or 5 times. But we have a great home record in the Europa League. I think we've lost just one of our last 28 matches at home in the Europa League, and coincidentally, that one defeat is to Real Sociedad. Like I said, in that game in 2020, and in the group stages, it was a very shady penalty call, a very controversial penalty call. The same thing in the first leg. I did not think that penalty should have been given as a penalty. I felt like Bruno Fernandes' arm was coming down, when that tackle went in. But great game so far. I think in the last few weeks, we've sort of picked it up. I think we did really good things against Fulham. If you did watch my preview video, I think we did a lot of good things against Fulham. If you saw my preview video for the match against Sociedad in the first leg, I said the same thing. Against Fulham, we did really well. Against Arsenal, we were really great, but it was understandable because we were on the back foot. I heard Amorim speak about him not wanting his team to play like that, but it's understandable. Like I said, we're in the early stages of his own tenure, so a lot of the guys that are playing this season will probably not be here next season. So it's quite understandable. And Arsenal are at the moment a better side than us, so it was understandable that we needed to sit back and then hit them on the counter. This game, I think we need to approach it differently. Obviously, we'll be playing in front of our fans. The Stratford end will be buzzing. The Alex Ferguson stand will be buzzing. So we cannot relinquish the ball to Sociedad and then think we'll play, on the break. We need to be in control of the ball. We need to be with the ball. We need to possess the ball. We need to find openings. We need to create chances. As far as the formation goes, I think obviously Andre Onana gets the nod in goal. Alta Bayanda is still out injured. On the right side of centre back, on the right side of the 3 centre back, I think Nossa Mazraoui should get the nod. He's been brilliant. Brother he's not looking to slow down. And, he's been really good in this month of Ramadan. Even getting to know that he's fasting and he's still putting in all these performances. It shows the sort of guy he is, it shows his character. In the centre, of the 3-man defence, I think Matthias De Ligt has been wonderful in the last few weeks. His tackling, his passing, leadership, ability to lead the line, all of those things, the speed, the seriousness it brings to the team. I think it's been really good for us in the last few weeks. So yeah, it definitely gets the nod. On the left side of defense, I'm not really sure if Euro will be making that, seeing as he walked off injured against Arsenal. I do not feel very comfortable with Victor Lindelof playing in that position. So I think I'd rather go with an Aiden Evan. I saw he did a lot of good things against Arsenal for us. I've seen him in a couple of games. I saw him in the game against Fulham. So I wouldn't mind if he comes into this one and, just gives us that covering, because you look at the lad, man, he's big. He's a big lad, he has a big frame, has pace, has power, can play in between the lines. He's very solid with his left foot. So I think that's something that we'll really be needing. Going forward. Like I said, he's a very big lad. I saw him against Arsenal, and yeah, he's going to be here for a very long time. On the right side, the wing backs, I think Diogo Dalot gets the nod. Been brilliant for us. Obviously, he came under a lot of slack for not passing that ball to Oilund in the first leg against Sociedad, which I felt like would have been an easy tapping for Oilund anyways. But let's not shoot the man in the foot. He's been really good for us. He was our best player last season for a reason. This season he's been isn't consistent. One thing for me as a football fan is I love availability. If you are available, you are better than someone who is probably someone who has better quality than you and is never available. Once you're available, I think you should be higher ranked than that person. And that's something that Diogo Dalot gives us. So availability, and I really like that. On the left side of defense for the wing backs. I think Patrick Dogu comes back into the side. I wasn't particularly happy with him in the first leg. A lot of our attacks were broken down on his wing. His crossing, his passing wasn't as good as we've come to know in the few weeks he's been with us. So hopefully he cleans that up and gets back to his best in this game at Old Trafford, because we need every single one of them. That togetherness, that grit, that seriousness they played us now. They need to bring it back to Old Trafford against Sociedad and get us the win and progress to the quarterfinals. In the midfield, I think Bruno Fernandes should still get the nod. Obviously, he's our best player, he's our captain, he's our leader. My own Portuguese magnifico. So I definitely think he gets the nod in the midfield. Mugate was back in training this week. There was also reports about Mason Mount back in training, but I think Ugarte shouldn't start this game. I saw a lot of the good things that Casemiro did against Sociedad in the first leg. I saw what he did against Arsenal. It was brilliant. And let's not forget that this is Real Sociedad. This is a side that he knows, like the back of his palm. So I think he should get a nod in this one. And, just play, partner Bruno in that midfield. Up front, I think Garnacho for me was one of the reasons why we're really good against Arsenal. As much as we're sitting back, sitting deep, the ability to break, through. And let's not forget, he did that while playing on the right, which is not even his very, favorite position. So he was able to go at Calafiori, he was able to dribble, he was able to cut the ball back. I think he needs to watch the film of the Arsenal game going forward and see how he needs to play. He's so eager to want to shoot the ball, but against the Arsenal, was a bit less selfish. Was passing the ball more, and a lot of good things came out of it. So I think he needs to do that more. The first leg, the only goal we scored, he created it out of the, just the willingness to want to cut back, the willingness to want to run. So I think that's something he needs to know. I know he's still young, but that's something he needs to quickly pick up. I understand that I do not have to shoot every time, so that I need to pass, because I think there's a really great player there. I think there's a really big time player in that lad. So yeah, definitely Garnacho should get the nod. Obviously, Joshua Zexi alongside, because he's been really brilliant for us. His work rate, the ability to hold up the ball, his footwork, fantastic for us this season. I see why we spent 42 million euros to get the young man. Really, really fantastic guy. And I think he's going to be here for a long time. I think even Ruben Amorim is warming up to him. I think Ruben likes him. So up front, again, I think Rasmus Højlund should get it. Not. I understand that, he's not been scoring goals. I understand what happened against Arsenal. Probably, didn't make us win that game, but he's still young. The lad is young. We knew what we were getting when we went to get a very young striker for that age for something million from Atalanta. So it's a young guy, someone that is still very crude in my opinion. Someone that needs a lot of leadership. After the game against Arsenal, I saw a video where he was talking to Danish football legend Peter Schmeichel, outside the stadium, and you could see that there was that bit of, he wants to succeed here, he wants to help this team succeed, but it's just sometimes it's very unfortunate that it's not just clicking. So I think he gets the nod. I think games like this gives him the opportunity to understand the team better. Probably, who knows, maybe nick one goal or two, and maybe his confidence shoots back up. So yeah, definitely matters. Definitely Rasmus Højlund, gets the nod up front. For me, if I were to be asked, what is one thing that will probably win us this game? I think it's togetherness. We've shown it countless times that every time we are together, every time we play with a bit of seriousness against Arsenal, against Liverpool at Anfield, against Manchester City at the Etihad Stadium, in the second half against Everton at Goodison Park, every time there's that form of togetherness, every time there's that form of grit, that is that form of serious. I think we have enough talent to take us across board. It's just that willingness to want to go to the extra mile. And I think that's something that will be very, very important for us in this game against Real Sociedad. This is a Spanish side, and we know how difficult Spanish sides have been for us in the last few seasons. So we need to get across this ordeal. We need to progress to the quarterfinals of the Europa League. Because let's not forget, without winning the Europa League, we have no shot at Europe next season. We have no shot. We have no shot at the title this season. We are out of the Premier League race already. Probably since maybe, who knows, December, November-ish. We're out of the Carabao Cup. We're out of the FA Cup. We got knocked out by Fulham a couple of weeks ago. And this is the only avenue in which, we can win a title and probably get, European football next season. So the players need to understand this. They need to take it with all seriousness. They need to, digest Ruben's game plan. I'm pretty sure Ruben has a game plan for us because I do trust the man. I feel like he loves the club. I think he knows what he's doing. But the players need to be able to translate his game plan on the pitch. And the first and easiest step to do that is by playing together. They need to be that level of togetherness, that level of trust amongst them, that level of seriousness. You want to run for your next man, you want to tackle for your next man, you want to help your next man cover his blushes. So I think that's something that's going to win us this game. It's really, really important that we get to win this game to keep our title and European football hopes for next season alive. So guys, let me know in the comment section, who do you think should start in the first 11? Where do you think this person should play? Where do you think that person should play? Just let me know in the comment section down below. Also, prediction for the scores. Let me know what scores you think. I think it's going to be, 2-0 Man United. I think we'll probably keep Sociedad short. I think we'll keep them out. So I think it's going to be 2-0 Man United. Let me know in the comment section what you think about the result and who you think should be starting in the first 11. And we've come to the end of this preview for the match between Man United and Sociedad. Do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel. It's just because of Man United. Thank you.